throughout the series thus far. And we're doing a bit of speed drafting this time around. But the more I see EHOME's draft kind of shape up, I'm kind of liking it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's looking pretty scary, EHOME's draft. I've got to agree.
I think that it's
so EHOME.
Well, it's not just that. It's more the fact they take the Oracle because it's a strong pairing with the Death Prophet. And that means that taking the Darkseer means you can pressure the safe lane so hard. After already having taken out, Jorah's gone, Slark is gone, Lifestealer's gone, Terrorblade's gone. They might go back for like a Juggernaut or something like that. It is a hero that we've been seeing a lot when you kind of run out of carry options. A lot of the Chinese teams just seem to gravitate towards that hero in these situations. We could see the Clinks. We saw that TI6 played it in the previous game. I don't think it's too bad. Good synergy with the Faceless Void. But I'm kind of feeling EHOME right now. I'm liking their picks. Because the Phoenix and the Void, you kind of have this hero who's going to be dedicated to the offlane for sure. Darkseer farms a lot faster. He's a natural mech carrier. Mech is great with Oracle because of the false promise and keeping the Death Prophet alive. There's so much synergy. And getting a Vac into the Torrent and Boat can also be a devastating combo to its own effect. So it's not even just like VG.Reborn is not the only team who has strong team fight now.
Oh, goodness. And just as you thought, it's all here in the finals. It's another switcheroo. Tinker picked up by what will almost certainly be Mikasa Tinker. This is is this a good game for Tinker?
Remaining.
I think it is because the enemy team doesn't necessarily have a lot of catch. So
they've got a Kunkka.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you go to lane as Tinker, you immediately blink. So like you shift Q, you blink, you go into the woods. And if the Kunkka hits the blind torrent,
okay, that's true. Yeah, I guess
then maybe you can catch him.
Yeah.
But I think more often than not what you're gonna see is like the Tinker is gonna blink into the woods, march twice, blink away, and then leave, or march once and then rearm, blink, TP. You kind of want something that grants it and to catch this hero. That's the thing. Like you want something like a Spectre. I'm not gonna pass EHOME to pick it in this situation because I think it would be really good. Like Spectre Darkseer has been a combination. Mono lockdown. Okay.
As you said, good call, but yeah. Big game and now themselves looking for that safe lane. Indeed, that boy is going to be in Void.
I think Clinks might fit a tiny bit better, but I also like Juggernaut. I think they're both really solid picks here for RBG.
I hear that has been banned out a lot of these. Oh no, okay, that's what I was going to say. No, Naga has been banned out yet again.
Yep.
Yeah, Clinks, as you said.
Reserve time.
Because they kind of want playmaking heroes, right? You can't just have two heroes that soak up a ton of farm.
Are they a Gyro team? We've not really seen a lot of Gyro.
I think we've seen it once or twice. But yeah, it could be another option. The biggest concern I have is against Oracle. Yeah,
you're bang on, Andy. Clinks it is. Clinks it is.
Good stuff, good stuff.
EHOME, what's the answer for this then? As you said, ideally something that can help deal the Tinker.
I was going to say, yeah, they could just back for lightning again.
So just shut the game down early to the point where the Tinker's not... You don't have to worry about catching the Tinker late game because there is no late game.
They can play a super fast paced game home. Yeah. Like they can just push and push and push. And the funny thing is too, they don't even have bad roam. Like Lanham has shown time and time again that his Kunkka has been on point.
It's ridiculous. Any lane that he goes to just becomes an absolute nightmare for the opponent to lane.
Yeah, this is
It's going to be a hard mid for Mikasa, I think, because Lamb's going to come around there, and you get caught out by a torrent. You're pretty much dead between a Kunkka and a Death Prophet against a laning Tinker.
Yeah, more or less. You're just a gunner.
Because Death Prophet doesn't care about the laser. She's still just going to siphon you down and crit swarm you.
Yeah, it's all very true. We'll see what the supports do, like FY and DDC, how they play around this mid lane, because I think one of the two needs to be active about protecting Mikasa.
5 seconds.
But I think that EHOME about breaching the high ground as well. Like against Tinker Void with the Phoenix, it's going to be pretty tough.
Oh, I think we might have some...
Alright, let's check this side.
Let's do the predictions first,
Oh, I have it as well.
How long will the game be? This is going to be a... Oh, I'm going
to say 37 to 44.
I'm going to say less than 30 minutes.
Oh, you're thinking EHOME are
actually, they're playing very safe, and it's this very, very, very important game. Dude, screw it. We're going 60-minute plus, boys.
Alright.
Will the tower be denied? Yes, of course it will. Player with the first triple kill.
I'm going Ulchkin again.
Yeah, I would say... Yeah, I'm going with the Tinks.
Okay. Player with the most rewards.
That is a...
Fenrir, I think.
Fenrir's the man on that, yeah.
Because he put 5 and Lynham plays 4.
What about ISS with his Necrophy?
I mean, that's also an option, I guess.
Yeah, because you could take it.
But it's before 15.
Yeah, we'll go with Pembroke. Anyway, here we have it.
Okay.
Kicks off DDC. This man, he needs some. He's got to go down. The Sunray Hill isn't going to be enough. They're still chasing him. DDC. That's your first blood for EHOME. It took him a bit of a while. Both teams kind of fanning around in the jungle. EHOME, they're going to be the ones to take it and get that nice boost. It's always a bit of a dream to get first blood in your mid.
Yeah, for sure. There's a
The battle begins.
There's a little bit of an emphasis on EHOME having a strong starting. What is certainly a step in the right. We'll have to see how Kawasa can wrap up again. The old chick DP. Actually, not sure that is won by either hero. I feel it's more just because you can either go laser rocket build, which is good for both a lot of heroes, but like you mentioned before, Spirit Siphon can still be a really strong tool for harass, and then you have Crypt Swarm to push out the waves. So I'm really curious to see how this works out. It's a matchup that we don't get to see very often.
In the moment, Lana. He was looking for some sneaky lanes. He may have just outplayed himself. Orange going to connect, and they're chasing down a VGR. They could be able to tell us the first kill, unless Olden can go for the deny. We'll find out in the next frame. We have it. A try for it, kill, and he's done it. Oh, Lana. I
mean, he actually did a fair amount of damage as well. There's no more reason off DC. They've got no tanks left. So, I mean, at the very least, he's not giving away his life for nothing. And he does make both supports walk around the jungle and not accomplish anything in the offlane, which means Aldolin in the meantime gets level 2. Which is a very solid thing for him. More or less can't die now, unless he makes a really big mistake.
We are going to look for a bit of a wraparound, FY and DDC. They have a stun to play with. See what they can do with it. But yeah, old Lebanon just backing up. He's not going to get himself in a position of danger.
I'm going to go for the old reconnect hero, and I'm getting some serious Kale here.
I'm keeping eyes on old Lanham. I'm worried that he's going to find something.
You're not even lagging that badly.
Not too badly. In fact, it's kind of fixed now. No, it's not. Yeah, there we go. As I spoke.
I think I'm better now. Alright, let's go.
So it's just these lanes, they feel so volatile. I feel like any moment we could see something happen.
Yeah, Yang, top lane, taking some harass. He doesn't have time walk here, but it doesn't look like EHOME want to give pursuit.
Mana. I'll find himself in the room, see if he gets anything juicy. It's going to just be the bounty. Bottom lane. If he finds himself an invis. He's still just level 1. Was maybe seeing a courier start could have happened, but yeah, the courier's already back out. And FY, it's just going to be a waste of time if he hangs around it. None could just wrap up and try and look. And I to close in onto mid. Oh, chicken. Could be able to split Casa. Left him delayed. Yet to spend his third point. I'm still looking for some action behind the tower, but here comes the surprise move. FY.
Don't have any disables, so. I mean, FY can't do anything here. A laser or whatever is fine, but they're gonna see FY as he walks past entry and they don't really care much about it.
I'm gonna go for a quick reach.
More CS and 11 full soul ring. I'm kind of concerned that the Darkseer is gonna get a lot here, whereas I suppose the Void's not doing too bad. He's already almost level 4. He's got 11 CS to the 13 and climbing here at Vault 11.
Mikasa, 24 HP.
He's fine.
He's got to be careful. Those crits aren't available just the end of that as well, but he backs himself up, keeps the distance. The HSF Void having a good time. Look at the two safe laners and 19 for 4 for the Clinks. And up top, Ice, 18 for 4. So it's very, very close between two of them. Neither off lane being able to put too much pressure on the enemy carry. And Darks is still finding what he can. Okay, Tinker. Yeah, he was very low, obviously, so just goes for the quick deny, quick trip back to base. As he heads in to claim his life with the neutral creeps. Top, yeah, has a time walk. He's going to need to use it. Yeah, jumps immediately down to the river. No kind of gap closed. Old Lanham was on his way up, but not quite close enough to make anything happen there. And mid lane, it's got to be said, Old Chicken, he is dominating this matchup. 18 for 9, against casters. 11 for 5.
He did get sent back to base, and there's a double wave under the tower, so Castle will catch up a tiny bit.
See what we do here on 11. So now up. Damage going to bring him very close to the edge here. Well, with the creeps being into it, he's got one tango.
Oh, what a
And he TP's out of this one. He's gone.
That was so clutch, actually. And looks like, in the meantime, they're going to find Yang in the office, so...
Man comes in with the rotation, has the X-Marks combination,
yeah.
And he never messes that one up.
Mikasa's still taking a ton of damage here, mid. He's starting to get bullied, like getting forced back to one time. Also, the infused raindrop coming out, it means that normally if you go laser rocket, you want to be able to harass a bit, but the rockets really do too much in this scenario, which forces if they go just the strict farming build, the 2-0-3. So that also means that killing the death of mid is also going to be extremely unlikely. Without laser rocket build, you're just not going to have the burst necessary to take down this death prophet, and that's a good thing for EHOME. They have 2 kills right now. They've already killed the offlaner. They got that first blood as well on top of it.
I mean, yeah, he's still getting levels, even though he got taken down. It's not the worst nightmare for this void. You know, 5 minutes in, he's level 5. The grab is still going to come at a good time. Old Lanham, yeah, just sitting around near the mid, seeing if an opportunity arises. Okay, so perfectly far down the lane. F4's there as well, and Lanham's you can't do much. In fact, F's going to spot him out. Hello. It's the big bad bird. In fact, what? Old Lanham, can he play his way around this? A dive is there. Just get the X mark off. I just feels that he got the most on him.
He did like 1-2 more most just to kill. Because if he X's and torrent, then he dive away, but gets like one off guarantees the damage twice up and kill him before he can get up. So he just didn't DPs.
And let's start for EHOME. Overall CS across the lanes, it is slightly edging the way of the Dire. VG.Reborn by no means losing out too much in the playing stage.
I think not. I think the real concern for VGR here is the fact that EHOME hits really fast. Like with the Death Prophet Summit and whatnot.
Yang's got to be careful. There's another invisible lap. It goes combo. Anytime more time, this will go out before it Stephanie comes. Heal is not up. EHOME again successful with the Atlanta Kunka gank, and we are starting to see once again for the second time this series why a lot of teams are scared of the Lanham Kunka.
Yeah, it's just such a guaranteed initiation during the early game. And people, I think, are not used to playing against Kunkka yet. Granted, there was an Invis, so, you know.
Yeah, it was, a lot of heroes could have found the kill with Invis, but regardless, you know, he's been finding the kills well without it.
I'm really feeling that, you know, going into TI and even other ones up until that point, people are going to start experimenting a little bit more with the support Kunkka because even just EHOME have shown how powerful it can be.
Yeah, they really have. I'm sure a lot of other teams will be sold on the performance that Lanham's showing us here. And it's not as if it's just like the odd game. As we said, you know, Lanham, he's been playing this most of the games this regional qualifiers and winning with it. You know, EHOME have had a lot of success, and part of that's down to how well the Lanham Kunka works out.
I just love how efficient he is when he does it. Like, he's always throwing out torrents. You know, even there, he just throws out a torrent on a Mikasa, does a little bit of damage before he dies because he knows that he's not going to do anything on that side of the map anymore. And they have just super aggressive wards behind the tier 1, you know, between the tier 1 and tier 2 mid, and they have another deep ward near top, so just doing every little thing to make sure that you get the maximum efficiency out of the hero before you're sent back to base.
So it's been a really good lane though for EP, but still, you know, not far behind, and obviously we'll be able to catch up with March as he's into the jungle or not. But this is, you know, EHOME finally getting momentum, and that's what's going to be scary for VGR. We talked about it in the chart. EHOME, they have the potential to get a lot done very, very soon with the hero they picked up.
So in the meantime, lane Lanham.
Yeah, trying to go for a bit of farm, but one more touch, do it. Let's move. Yeah, friend, indeed. And once again, what seems to feel like the Chinese rotation. You know, straight away, carries around the map, looking for kills, and yeah, bottom lane, FY's out of there. Old Chicken, probably the ghost, he's just going to look to move in for this. Oh, the vacuum, very nicely done by Old 11, secures the kill for the side. EHOME also with this usage of the X's and will find a tower. The question is, can VG.Reborn do anything in response? Up towards the top, they know that Ice is likely to be on his own. DDC can't quite close the gaps out. With the walls out, Ice is aware of the whereabouts of VGR and will back up. So all in all, continuous good play for EHOME, and VGR just unable to find the trades that they need.
You know, we spoke a little bit about how VGR, they kind of need to like stem the tide with EHOME, but they're really lacking that burst damage until DDC hits level 6. You know, they need that Finger of Death to make sure that they're going to be able to take down Odin's Static Chronosphere. That's another thing I have to worry about. They're popping shit up here top lane.
They're ready to make a run for Yang. I'm walking. Let's go down. This just
Oh my.
Oh.
To be honest, I have not seen that before.
Oh yeah, the spiky bit.
You know about the show with Int Heroes, but to abuse 2 wolves and just put move command on Wolf, like, he just couldn't do anything. He's just dead. And honestly, I think that his build is a large reason why he's being put in a situation in the first place. Like, he went 2-0-3 at level 5.
DC.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He can do it. He can believe.
Structures
Oh, he doesn't go for it. Oh, chicken, come on.
Nah, he's actually fine. I don't really think there's any point in going for that kill, to be honest.
True. He could come back to that and be hard.
Yeah. A couple of people were not showing on the map potential TPs. But I really think that Yang's skill build this game is not really the one that you want. I think you should really want to max Time Walk. Because another freaking Wolves with Ion Shell, man, they're just running at Mikasa, he just dies to it. Wolves literally killing people with Ion Shell.
Oh man, I can't quite get close enough there for the X mark.
This is looking really ugly right now for VG.R. Their Tinker needs to be a lot farther ahead than he is right now. Like, he needs to be working on those bots. He's only got 700 gold and a soul ring with his brown boots. You want that tank, like, now. Or maybe in, like, 1 or 2 minutes, if you're not having an ideal start. But he's got 2 deaths. He's not got any stacks going from inside the woods, and even, you know, more than that, EHOME are pushing.
This could be VG.R. Getting himself a few kills on the end. He's already found one. He's finding himself a second. Old Lano again. He's kind of the punching bag here for VG.R. The only hero that they've been able to kill so far. Second time and get a kill on the Clinks. This is good news because whilst all of this is going on, Clinks is still at the top. But as you said, the focus really being on the fact that both Tinker and Void are falling behind Yang and Mikasa, needing to step it up on that farm. But of course, Mikasa on the team is a hero that can do it. If he's uninterrupted as he walks around the jungle, starts to clear up some of the cast, he can get himself back up that board relatively easy. As long as EHOME don't go too heavy with the pressure. The problem being, EHOME with their draft, they are likely to start to power down lane and look to exert the force that they can summon up at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I'm really liking this movement from VG.R as well, because they do have the Finger now available. DBC bought the Experienced Tome. Ice. He's gonna break the smoke, and he even has a wolf to scout out. This is actually so good.
He's so sneaky, hiding in the trees.
So
and here's the round from EHOME. Dusk is out, and he's spotted out. Can he get himself out? I don't think so. X marks in the Exorcism, the double X. DDC will escape, but they find the bigger kill.
They saw the smoke under the ward. That's why Ice is in that position. That was unbelievably unfortunate for VG.R.
And he gets the final kill, final tier 1. EHOME, they're getting everything for that buff.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
EHOME just firing on all cylinders here in game 5. They get those aggressive wards have done so much work for them this game. They saw pretty much every rotation towards top lane. They saw the smoke. They end up getting 2 counter kills, knowing that things wants to be active during this early game because they can't allow EHOME to get this momentum. And the unfortunate part is, regardless of what they're trying to do, every single aggressive movement they make is being punished. EHOME are just playing on that next level right now.
They really are. As you know, as you said, it seems to be games where you get a drought. That's kind of EHOME's Achilles heel. You know?
It seemed to be.
That's what VG.Reborn were able to slam down EHOME. But the games where VG.Reborn have been allowed to get that drought pick, they are struggling. And this seems to be another one. We're still early days, but the lead is starting to be built up by EHOME. And VG.Reborn yet to really find the big fight that shows us that they can stand up to EHOME in this game 5.
Well, we do have to keep in mind a couple of things. One, Egg is up with the Chronosphere and the Finger of Death. And between those abilities, you have good team fight potential. There is the capability of bursting Old Chicken. I really like his items in this game. He went for the first, he has the infused raindrops. He knows that he is the target. Like, he needs to be killed in a fight.
And EHOME grouped up. I mean, EHOME, of course, a team that can look to go for the Roshan.
I mean, they can definitely rush. They have Vlad's, unlike him.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of a risk, I think, because you're in such an enclosed space, and there is a Chronosphere and an egg. That's like the dream place to fight for VG.R, I think, right now.
They come across with this snipe, but it was spotted out.
Yeah, there's a war there.
Yeah,
So.
and even ends around quite close to this. Yeah, they're going to head up the high ground. They're going to look to counteract this.
They might walk right. Okay, they're going to
The
turn.
double line shell dogs, they're trying the same old trick. It's not going to work another time though. Yeah, I'm going to take down, beat down on the boys.
I've never seen somebody abuse it that much. Like, you know, every once in a while you see like maybe one wolf, but I have not seen multiple kills with ion shell wolves.
I'll jump in. Okay, there we go. Chrono on to 2. This is good opening for VGR. Zombra as well. Did a hell of a damage. Pop promise. Keeps old Lamon alive, but they've already installed 11. Eyesight, trying to run straight into Mikasa. Do they have the damage? But they don't. And now Eyesight, he's going to look to see what he's going for. Turns towards the egg. Old Chick is there to help out as well. They've dropped the Phoenix, but they've already lost 2 themselves. Yang chasing forward. The Clinks as well. Triple kill for N. Now they look towards Old Chick here. They're going to find themselves another VGR. This is the fight that they needed to cement their position in the game. Triple kill for the Clinks.
That Chrono was
just the best way that they could have hoped to start that fight off. And N just finds so much from that fight.
That Chrono pretty much killed their mech carrier before he was able to do anything. Like, the Darkseer did absolutely nothing in fight. I think it was a mistake, actually, to use False Promise on the Kunkka instead of the Darkseer.
You said the Darkseer what for the mech usage?
Yeah, the mech is way more important at this point in the game. Like, if he pops a mech with the False Promise on, he goes to, like, full health. He's not even close to being dead. You get a vac wall, maybe your Kunkka dies, but I think it's the lesser of two evils. And then you can even surge somebody away. So obviously in hindsight, it's easy to say that, but yeah, the mech carrier going down there, showcasing the strength of having the Finger of Death with the Chrono and the Phoenix Egg, proving to be a little bit too strong there for EHOME.
I mean, I guess in the Oracle's defense, I guess he just felt that in that situation, you know, the Darkseer was going to be okay. He wasn't going to fall that quickly. Maybe he felt that, you know, saves Lanham. He's the one that's going to be more susceptible to taking him down. He's only level 6. You know, the Darkseer's level 11 with a mech. But yeah, just underestimating the power of VG.Reborn. And then, as you said, in hindsight, would have been better to save the Darkseer. And talking about the Darkseer, he's taking a little bit of a beating top, but he's going to be able to keep himself away. Meanwhile, though, you know, trying to get themselves back on track with a quick push down the bottom lane. DDC's there, silent stuff, can't initiate onto Swan. Yang's TP'd in. 20 seconds before Chrono, but he hasn't got the mana for it. And EHOME will go back away, pings out to the middle tier 1. They really want to keep this push going. They've just got to find the right avenues to do so in.
They really wanted to take a team fight before Yang's Chrono was back up, but their timing is unfortunately not going to be quite what they want it to be. Although there's no TP on the Void, and he's farm the lane. So yeah, EHOME just see this and like, oh, well, if you don't have a TP scroll, we're just going to kill your tower. So a little bit of a misplay here from VGR. Do they have Arcanes on anyone? Void still doesn't have mana for the Chrono.
No, Arcanes
he will soon. Okay, they gave him Blob.
Tower, did they get this in eye? Not going to get it. Old Chicken on the TP, picked himself up some more gold. And EHOME back up. Successful push. They're not hanging around for any chance. Yang to find that Chronosphere. The dogs are on it. It's a 6 here, as we can see on the graph. Yeah. That fight was a hefty swing around. Really negated any kind of lead that EHOME were able to get over the 14 minutes. Even though it's a very gradual lead. There's no huge leaps ahead for either side.
They almost got team wiped, so it makes sense that they have a fairly substantial swing in their favor. But you know, as time goes on, it's going to get a little bit more difficult for EHOME to do a lot, because I think that the Chrono, it's just too strong of a teamfight utility for you to just kind of push down a lane towards the tier 2 and hope to be able to take it. And the other problem is fighting around Roshan is going to become increasingly difficult. So, you know, VGR on the back of that one really strong defense and Yang showcasing in the Chrono, it's like, you know, VGR feeling confident. They want to go. And
as we were talking about the Tinker earlier, you know, had a bit of a slow start, but now he's up there. You know what I mean? He's up there level with the cause of EHOME. And Mikasa's farm is only going to increase exponentially. You know, he's just picked up the Blink as well as the bots. He's going to feel fairly safe going out into the lanes and doing what a Tinker does. And the question is, are EHOME going to be able to you know, commit their resources to finding and catching him when they've got a line that, you know, is you know, at this stage of the game, they're looking pushed as a team, and the Tinker's going to start to pull them apart.
Yeah, that's very true. And we also talked about the lack of catch on the side of EHOME. That Spectre ban going back into the draft was so crucial, I think, because if you have an Ion Shell Spectre at this stage in the game, your Tinker's screwed. Like, he can't do anything about it. He needs to buy like a Yules or something to dispel and be able to, like, to get out of there to make sure that it doesn't just die. But because of the fact that they just don't have that hero who can catch out the Tinker, the longer the game goes, the more annoying that hero is going to become. And your Lycan is really only useful when he can go up his team and hit towers.
What do you think about this as well? Dark's here.
Yes.
19 minutes in, yeah. Met Arcane, Soul Ring, let's pick up a Midas.
I think he's just under the assumption that the game is going to go long, more like pretty much no matter what, and I think that's a fair assessment for the reasons that we were talking about, saying, oh, okay, can't push, or if they try to go high, I'm going to be fighting in the...
Oh, he got it, he got it. Oh my goodness. I nearly had a heart attack there.
I think he cut it faster on it. Maybe he was just assuming there was more heroes there.
I was going to say that. Put that away from the Darker, that's 2k gold down the drain.
No, I do believe that VGR probably have advantage going into the mid late game because of their ability to take fights, the fact that they had multiple avenues of winning the game, where EHOME kind of have to just fight 5-man Dota. You don't really want to try to split push with this lineup against a late game Tinker because eventually he'll get a Hex and you'll just get picked off and life will become very difficult. So EHOME going for the all-in play, they popped everything for this push.
Okay, straight in Supernova. Oh, what's the 2? Oh, chicken bursting down by the finger. The Supernova's protecting on Dyn's side. And VGR moving in outside. He's trying to fight. Oh, jumps down the cancer, but now he's got to run the Desolate. Him flies through. And with a triple kill. Don't worry, forcing back on ladder. As VGR take the team fight, into the pit they go. They're going to be able to find Roshan as well, unless some crazy plays can come out for these boys. They'll go back to the high traffic gang. Time Lord's back down. They'll grab Roshan. Aegis is going to be picked up by Void as well. They can't wait for N to find his way back down, as he is just going to have to TP out. VGR everything they can to really hit back hard at EHOME, and it's happening. What a fight for them to take. An End is just doing so much damage, but it wouldn't be out, without the perfect setup from his teammates.
That was such a good play from everyone on the side of VGR. So they know that Roshan's probably low, and they just have the Phoenix just dive in straight away as kind of like the scare tactic. And you saw the reaction from EHOME. They're like, our exorcism is down soon. Roshan's not dead yet. We got to get out of here. There is no way we can take this team fight with our DPLs. And at that point, it's already too late, because the Chronosphere, like you mentioned, from Yang came shortly thereafter, and at that point, it's unsalvageable. Like, just unmitigated disaster there for EHOME. They absolutely needed that Roshan. Without it, they cannot pressure the map. And without map pressure, the Tinker gets more farms, you have more potential coming off from End as he finished up his Desolator. Even though he didn't get the Aegis due to the vacuum, it's fine, because now the Void can just be that initiator that they so much need, and he can even go for like these really risky chrono plays where normally you might, get silenced or whatever and die because of the death prophet, but now he can just do what he wants. It's looking like VGR's game right now. The scoreboard's 9-9, but it's not really indicative of how the lineup's fun. EHOME don't want to play a long game against VGR. There's just no way.
Oh, TDC jumping in, catching on, chicken off guard, but EHOME's there with the backup. TDC. Oh, he's bigger than the stomach because he jumps in for a kill, getting a little bit too greedy, and EHOME will slap him down.
Yeah, it's a nice pick.
Oh, just to check. Maybe there was a Clinks. Maybe there wasn't. They find out that there wasn't.
Yeah, that was optimistic, but when you're in a situation like home, you want to try to min-max and see if you can find a pick like that. Because if for whatever reason End was in the area and they killed him, that would be a huge victory. Book 3 now done on EHOME. This is a very strong timing here. They're going to smoke up and maybe go for a bit on Ice. I'm not sure if VGR want to take this, but they might catch Yang? Nope.
Yeah, they're going to regroup towards mid as well. VGR, they have the Supernova and Chronosphere at the ready. EHOME positioning it out, getting the ward vision. See what kind of initiation they can get, both teams with all ultimates available. Who's going to get the jump? Yang. Still being spotted out. Not aware that EHOME's there. Yang always going to walk into it. He's going to come round. EHOME backing off. And okay, there you go. Initiation Hex onto Old Lanham. Here we come. Chrono is going to catch Old 11, but he doesn't catch Old Lanham. Old Lanham been kept alive by the false promise. The Patrol combo coming in, slamming down onto FY. Double kill for Old Chicken and Yang. He's just got to get himself out of this one. A little bit of a meta here for the side of VGRs. They lose a third. They maybe lose more. You'll set up onto Mikasa. This is the fight that EHOME needed after being on the back of 2 bad fights for the side of the Dire. EHOME triple kill for Old Chicken. And their patience in the tree line, they're paying off absolute dividends.
It just reflects the importance of his chrono and how much they need it to hit on the important targets when the rest of the follow-up image is actually in the area. Like that, there was no A views there. Flank died like immediately, more or less. That was perfect. Like EHOME's lineup is still extremely strong at this stage of the game, and they also have come to the realization that drawing it out is not an option. You really want to try to end the game when your Lycan is feeling strong. So they get the tier 2. They're gonna back up with this.
Really, so I mean, you know, he's still kept alive.
It was more just the fact that not only was the Oracle save there, but Bunka did get stunned. Because he didn't get stunned, he's able to throw out a boat, you get the Coco run buff, there's more stuns and disables going out. And they're going to find eventually a kill on Ocean here. Yep, there we go. But yeah, it's more the idea that you actually needed to hit both heroes chrono, or just not go for the play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In the charm, come on. Come on.
The Warlock loading screen is what's going to bring back the Dota 2.
Here we have it. Has the lag gone?
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't.
It might even be worse than it was when you...
Yeah. Oh, no, it's good. Okay. Oh, we're good. No, we're not good. Oh, it's fine. We'll live with... Goddamn lag!
Perfect world, man.
We'll live with it for a bit. We'll try again in a bit. Sorry, stream. Apologies for this.
Tower quick pass.
Not a lot to do about this. Oh, shapeshift. Now they want to fight here, you know. Okay, so they can chase down. Yang has a chrono if necessary. He'll drop it. Holding back Ice. Here we go, turning around for the low ground, jumping in, but the false promise is there, keeping the dog up. Ice will live. And VGR get themselves the hell out.
He's just dying to a Necrobook. This is the lion life against a Lycan. It's not the most fun thing in the entire world. There are some points in the game as a Lion player that if you are behind and you are playing against a Necrobook 3 Lycan, his minions will just kill you. And you can't do anything about it. But fortunately he's got those Tranquils, he's got that Wind Lace, he's moving fast, and the Shapeshift did eventually wear off. But we were talking about it before. We also have to wait for the next rush and to see who's going to get the bigger advantage in that regard. We just suddenly cut to somebody sitting in the panel area, slaying across multiple characters.
Is that what they did on the screen?
Yeah, I wish I could go lay down. I'm freaking exhausted, man. It's been a long day.
Yes.
I've been here for like 15 hours.
You muppet.
Yeah.
I think that next a little bit. Touch wood.
Yeah, don't jinx it. I think that a lot of the people who are watching the stream in particular have seen more of your loading screens than they actually have Dota.
That's true, unfortunately. Do apologise for that. Yeah. Actually, I think we might spot there. It's looking better. It's looking better, guys. EKB up for Death Prophet.
Yep, and the Void.
Yeah, yours would. I mean, this is a hard to kill DP. And this is get about it. Blink's gonna need it.
But I mean, there's a rhythm, so the Blink still.
That's true. The Death still does do wonders. He gets the TV if he's allowed to, you know, and start to chip into her.
Ideally, you don't have to buy a hood and a BKB. The fact that it forces both of those things is not really that great for EHOME. Like, if you're gonna buy BKB, then you just want to optimize like your efficiency for inventory slots and just buy like a plate instead of Heckman nail. Just something else as you are. So right now, 5 hours the Blink sitting hard as he does, it ain't gonna do anything. You're just gonna die.
Okay, please too, buddy. EHOME. Maybe who's about the the wraparound to be a TP straight to tear out by the Oracle. Bit of gas, and then the Hex. You can see a lance player out of this line to go. He's coming out to make a kill. Oh, catches the little super out. And controlling Ice Passage, but he's caught out two of his teammates. Super will be successful. Start catching out the dogs down. Ice losing his life. VG.R moving in from over the back queue. Wall up to 3. He can't be popped by old chicken. They just can't kill the Prophet. Yeah, no escape from the faces. He's lost his life. In tries to take out our last, but the damage is enough. Gets the torrent from all that. Takes another, but at the same time, Mikasa from the sidelines with the rocket and laser spam has found UQ return. Still, nonetheless, EHOME team fights best. 4 versus 3. The shown error in the numbers.
Oh yeah, you gotta stop these chronos, man. That was another really not good chrono. He catches more of his own team than he.
Yeah, he caught the Duggins.
Yeah. The problem is the Clinks was inside of chrono, so instead of killing Ice up first couple of seconds, moving up, you have to spend like the entire mission of chrono sitting there. Yang's hitting Ice. He does like no damage because he went blank BKB Vlads. And then as soon as they get out of it, they have to use the entire mission of the strafe Ice just to bring him down the first time. By that point, you have the Death Prophet coming into the fight. Old Chicken's got everything rolling. He's taken 0 damage, and he's got BKB on. Like, you would have to run at that point. So, Yang needs to put pressure on him. And yeah, I understand that this is a very important game for both teams. You gotta beat this. I get it. But you've got to hit spheres. Like, hitting your own teammates is not gonna win you the game.
Okay, smoke up VGR. Some action. Okay, it was the Lanham. He was going for quick wave, but it's marking himself there with the bash. Done the fingers down. Ice with the shapeshift. Let's find the easy kills first. Trying to chase down DDC. The hold's there from Oracle. They'll find it. Already hooked out. Yang, BKB up. He's looking for a hope flash. Chrono's now available. He's gonna. Jones forward, jumping across. Fenrir on the escape. One more flash to it. The damp already been laid down through the first pop. He's gonna pop. Now we have it. So PGL, 2 kills. I was even DC on the line.
Oh, my Rosh is gonna spawn immediately for the team fight. The Wolf's gonna leave the pit though. EHOME, not like this. Not like this. Like in Wolf. No, they should be able to scout it out anyway. Old 11's kind of chilling out here.
I mean, yeah, I've got their tail. They want to take another tap, get a bit more control around this map area.
I mean, there's chrono available from VGR. I think if EHOME stick around here for too long, it could be a bit of a mistake. Or do they want to try to defend this in force? I guess we'll have to see. Or is my important in regards to Shidan.
And as you said, EHOME themselves very much to take. Last time when they did it, the first time that VGR found huge height. Okay, against a Chrono. It's a scary combination. Meanwhile, all telling Mikasa, making perfect use of the map. They continue to find fantastic farm on this team for 2 minutes in.
I'm just fully impressed at how versatile Mikasa is as a player, given the fact that he's literally the team coach. I know we saw at the, what was it, Start Ladder? When he was, yeah, when he won with his teams, well, it was very impressive then. His item progression, be able to push them to the edge, you know, like take the game, start having these fights where Chrono lands, you burst a hero down inside of the sphere, you know, the Lycan doesn't have KB just yet, actually has it in like 2 gold, dang, there we go. So that's gonna help a bit for him, but the rest of the heroes on the team, the Porous especially, they've had that luxury.
Oh damn lag. Important bit.
This is going to be a deep fight as well. Like,
I can't even go for a reconnect.
This is...
I can risk one. I really don't.
I wouldn't. They're smoked up on E. This is a 5-man smoke.
You'll be up for any frame that you see at this fight, because it will be a big one.
I feel like we're watching one of those old black and white movies with no sound, and it just like screens of tests.
Come on, please. Enter.
There we go.
Oh. Right, he gave me out. The front back has all the minutes on the back of Best does just to all of the stage is going to be there from Fenrir. Supernova coming out, looks good, but don't have the ability to take it down. It's going to be success. Now catching the stun out, Eyesight bashed up by Yang, follows the 6 down on Lana, but he keeps himself up with the upper toggling, and Eyesight side moving from 4. They've also taken down Mikasa. The final touch for Blitz will bring down the dog. 11 dog chip looking for more. We've already found 3 Yang, to the PA. It's going to be but even there, finding 3, only losing 1. Starting to get the swing back into the fast in the EHOME, asserting their dominance. Roshan, Ghosts are out though, so maybe EHOME haven't got the plunging power to take them.
No, they can Roshan. So the biggest issue with that team fight is the Crow wasn't actually bad. It was fine that it hit on the 2 heroes that it did. But the thing that was really important was the fact that Fenrir was in a perfect position. So you remember how they had that 2-man Crow by the river, and we talked about how he should use False Promise on the Darkseer? Well, this time he actually used False Promise on the Darkseer. And after the Crow old 11, he pops Greaves, he's like back into fighting shape. Even with the use of the egg from FY, there's not a much on top of it with the Darkseer popping BKB. I'm close stealing him, and doing that time, Eyesight is just chasing Mikasa around, and Mikasa can't do anything about it. Playing cycle down. I think at this point he might have been playing a little bit low on mana because of the Acro Books and wasn't able to rearm and get himself away, so he's dead at that point. Because your Clinks with time attacking it, Dexter who could False Promise and healed, you did no damage. It was the same story that happened inside of the Wood of E. There was just not enough damage dealt fast enough to be able to fight going away, so you know, EHOME keep taking these successful fights, and even though life on paper might not have as many ways of playing out the game, they are still very strong in the fight, and they're...
I'm just going to graph as well. Look how back and forth this has been. We're straight right to the 0 point.
Yeah, this is an insane series so far. Been really enjoying this.
And it's only just got better and better.
Yep.
Really. It really has. It's escalated in how close the games have been. And how strong it's had from both sides as well. They're looking to final lead, and they'll get the F1 Conti yet. Are they going to be able to continue on this? Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Mikasa already positioning himself in the trees. Old Chip is there with an invis. Sneaky DP could catch them off hard. We'll see him what Chip can hold it for. It's on the sidelines. Oh, jumping from Yang. Oh, actually managing to bait out BKB. It's going to be 11's BKB down. Another charge.
I mean, Old Chicken is an armor item now as well, which is important. So before, we talked about the weakness of the Blinks being able to kind of just destroy her because she went BKB, Ghouls, and Hood, but that weakness has since been solved. So now the overall effective health of the Death Prophet is much higher than it was previously.
Ping's actually coming out, and wants to go straight to the top. I mean, Freeway's moved in. Angle starts to do a bit of damage to this tower. You know, left to it. Fortifications shooting from EHOME. You're gonna have to make the long walk to top lane. You know, some kind of a defense. And he might have to take the tower outright. And in trouble. No, just beacon. Get off. Yeah. This guy's keeping himself alive. At the same time, yeah, Eyesight such positive shift. Will it get any kind of cash? The Wolves give vision at the moment. Mikasa's out lines there. So the VGR to do a lot of damage to this tier 3 and get out, and it only cost them a BKB charge.
I'm getting the touch on the tower very nice actually, because at some point in the lanes get his way back up there. You obviously have a tanker who's going to be constantly pushing in waves all time. VGR have opened up this opportunity where they can go for a back to the play. EHOME is going for Roshan and forced to decide between whether they want to go for the objective and or they want to defend their base. It's a little bit sketchy right now for EHOME. They do have advantage in the team fights, as showcased a couple times. Their positioning's been more or less on point, and Ice, the Death Prophet are getting even more farmed as time goes on. But you can never underestimate the split push potential of VGR lined up and the ability of Clinks to kill builds.
Down. I just want to Yang. Old Lanham couldn't quite find the X mark. So he's going to get himself out of here. Scan use, Bobby just seeing if any activity all around the Roche pit. And then did just kind of blink on World Chief as passed by the very circumference of that circle. So they know that they're around there. Dagon is going to be the build from Tinker and Mikasa after that Agnes. It's level 2 at the moment. And yeah, VGR just gonna move towards the pit. I know it's just aware of that he had such a good potential in terms of taking the exorcism and not liking.
I mean, both teams kill Roshan pretty effectively.
Yeah, the Clinks. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just that the fighting around the pit becomes a little bit hard for
Home in trouble, I'm in trouble, Home in trouble! Oh, it's successful as well! I don't think he cares if he dies there.
No, he doesn't.
He does not. He's going home.
I mean, he might have to buy back the Roche though, that's the thing. I think EHOME just bolt to the pit right now and force the buyback. Or are they just gonna let him get Roche? That would actually be interesting. Oh no, he bought a... No, he has buyback. He bought a recipe for Daedalus.
The push is... Yeah, I was gonna say, the push is so good though. For EHOME, it's like... Do you buy back? Because if he dies, they could just go down lane and... I guess they've got a Chronos soon over. They've got a ticket. They can hold if it first comes to the worst. So.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If he was going to buy back, he would have bought back already.
Okay, so they just EHOME take this.
Yeah, they're just gonna let him take it. I guess the general idea is that if EHOME come walking up to the base, the Clinks will have respawned by then anyway, and your half defense is really good. You know, you have Chrono, you have Tinker, you have Egg. So if EHOME are fighting you in that position, you probably feel more comfortable about that fight. They're even contesting.
Yeah, they're just doing their best to keep EHOME off this. The silence comes onto FY. Shiva's guard is he? Oh, it's gonna clip him. He's still got a dive though. And they're just doing their best to slow it. It looks like it's oh, hey, okay. Put it over. I can't do the Chrono. The dead profit. Still on the ground, who's going to pick it up? No, still puts it, and they've lost some more. EHOME pick up the frames, they'll move in for more action, taking down Mikasa as well. Chasing around to the side, they found FY.
Oh my god.
It was a good attempt, but an unsuccessful one. EHOME shut down VGR as they try and swoop in to disrupt the Roche attempt.
Lanham God. Lanham. The Void didn't BKB. Yang did not pop BKB, so we got torrented and wasn't able to get the Aegis. I mean, granted, his inventory was full, but maybe if he dropped his TP or something like that, he would have been able to pick it up. That was... I gotta say, Yang has been having a little bit of a rough game. His Chronospheres have been, you know, on and off for me, not popping the BKB there. It's just...
Actually, Finland need to buy back as well for this.
Yeah, he probably has to. The Tinker is necessary for base defense.
And I've got to Tinker pretty damn good at that. Looks like they will be fine for now. VGR, everyone back alive. DDC, running around with all the chicken, actually causing the false promise to come out immediately. But it looks like it's going to be fine for EHOME. They're going to back up. They're going to make sure that the next fight doesn't happen for a bit of time. But,
man, this is a sick game actually.
It really is. Daedalus is now done on it as well, so he's going all in on the dollar. No buyback for the Clinks. Oh, and why like this?
Okay, that was questionable.
And okay, they're trying for the fight. Bingo. Okay, Chrono. Here we go. He's caught out 4 of them. The damage being laid down by Ed. Tinker's locked the drift. Now back you all onto 2 Yang. Marvel's going to help away. Ice. Looking for the chase down. Necro units are out. Look at the damage ripping into this places point, but it's not enough. They can't commit fully for Yang. So at the end of the day, it's a support for support trade. FY for Lanham, but no Chronosphere for 80 seconds. We'll see if EHOME are able to play around this, but it looks like already they're deciding to back off. We need to do something about this top lane. Mikasa continuously putting the pressure on here. Ice, very close to the AC. Old Chicken, 3.4k in the bank, and I guess he's going for he's going for the Refresher Orb here, Lincoln's or Lotus Orb. What's the Caduxit?
Just pressure me.
He's picked up another Void Stone, yeah. Oh my goodness, because of the big plays coming out from Old 11.
Yeah, I mean, double all back is still really strong, and having full BKB is pretty good too. When you have to worry about like Walk Tamar, stuff like that, just residual Phoenix damage, he is pretty heavily targeted as well during some of these engagements.
Mikasa, right, it's safe.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm feeling like the more I watch this game, the more it's literally just going to be down to who wins a good fight, you know? I don't know if N's going to get the opportunity to go for another backdoor like he did top, but that actually helped in this game so much.
It really does.
Like having to focus attention from EHOME on this lane to make sure they keep pushing it out, and, you know, even Mikasa abusing it, just making sure that they're getting more and more map control by just pushing top. Still anyone's game to take here at 43 minutes.
There's no doubt about that. There really isn't. And even little things like this, FY, next fight, he's going to have level 16. And he's already been able to come out with some brilliant supernovas.
Yeah,
thanks to just the control of what between DDC and Jang. You know, Chrono stuns, they just can't take down the egg. Being a level 16 egg as well, I'd be super surprised if we see it get taken down again with the way that FY's been playing.
Yeah, the Lycan pretty much has to be the one hitting it if it's going to die. Yeah. And I don't really think he wants to waste time hitting an egg if he has BKB on. He wants to go for like the Tinker. Oh,
hello.
Okay.
They do have this anti-Tinker ward out now. As we saw, they're very, very close to being able to find Mikasa.
I mean, he has just been all over the place. He's got 3,300 gold too, and a Dagon level 2 in his inventory, so if he wants to upgrade it at least once, I'm not sure if he wants to go all the way with it. He probably is going to need a Hex as well at some stage. It's a very hard game for a Tinker, because he has to do so much at this point. He needs to be able to push out the lanes, you know, stop any sort of push that's coming towards his base in case EHOME come and knocking, which I'm assuming they probably will you know, in the next 5-10. Probably wait for the next Roshan before they do that. Oh no, he bought a Hex. He disassembled. He disassembled one of his Perseverances.
Casual Perseverance, why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, he can still get Refresher after.
I guess he can, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the farm for this Darks has been insane. He's stopped the network, but okay, might see all kicked out. Silence comes through, but then he could start again. DD's on the way to cancel in the Hex. A meeting on their fight. So there's all level holding back there to Chrono from Yang. On towards Chicken. They'll go for the Supernova. Oh, level 4 on the Bastions are going to still study the Chrono. The Supernova will be successful. Finger down onto the Darks. They'll take him out of the fight. And now goes with the BKB. Chasing forward. EDC holds back on, landing the Dagon from Mikasa. Takes down a second. And at the moment, VGR, they've lost nothing in this fight. DDC running himself away from the Lycan. He might even get himself away. He's got Blink back up in a second. He's got a stun to keep back the wolves. DDC, he's DD done it. Blinks out, TP's away. What a fight for VGR. And again, it's these FY Supernovas. They're really doing it. And Yang this time stepping up to the plate and hitting the Chrono that was required.
Yeah, that was a nice Chrono. The other thing too that's really important to keep in mind is VGR have learned their lesson through team fighting that they can't just focus one target, so they bait the Oracle ult onto the DP, and Fenrir pops the false promise onto Old Chicken like straight away, assuming he's going to be the one who gets bursted, but then they just target switch. They say, no, we're not going to attack him anymore. He's too tanky. We can't kill him anyway. Let's go for somebody else.
And this is the push. There's no ghosts for 80 seconds, of course. We've already seen how much damage N can do to this base once he gets his hands on it, and here we go. Chip, 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 onto the tier 3s. What are you going to do to stop it? Silence onto them, a VGR. They're not going to be moving back anytime soon. They're going to stand their ground, move on to the high round of EHOME as the tier 3 is taken. VGR.
I mean, they are giving a ton of respect here to EHOME by not hitting the Rex. They're just going straight for the bottom tier 2, which, you know, they should be able to kill even through backdoor protection, but won't be up for long. This creep wave is kind of coming in here now.
So much on the line here in this game. A guaranteed money spot for TI. Both teams giving it their all. We're meant to see something kick off. Yang coming in, the Supernova's been dropped down. He gets in the ladder. A very caught out the back. Yang's been hexed up, but it doesn't matter. The Supernova's still successful. They've taken down two. VGR, the look to White Ice forcing the dodge back to base. They've caught Old Chicken out of the back line. Mikasa keeping away the back your wall. Onto 4 comes out, but is it enough? Ice looking for DDC. Can't quite finish him off and ends. Doing Robo Siphon on the clicks he's down. Does have a buyback available if he needs to. On the sidelines, F4 and Mikasa hiding it out. But there's 3 dead on EHOME. They don't have buyback available.
The DP ult's up in 5 seconds. I don't think that VGR are going to be able, well, maybe they do want to go. They have the Tinker again, back at full health, full mana. They might go for the wave push instead. They know the Roshan's going to be up anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. Man, this game. Yang is really stepping it up as well. And early really he had a couple of struggles, but
these backline Chronos absolutely huge. You know, just little things just like catching the Oracle on tip of it. It takes so much away from EHOME's team play.
I mean, the Kunkka and the Oracle both just got flattened in that Chrono. There was nothing they could do about it. And now all the pressure in the world is being applied to EHOME. And this is kind of the situation we were discussing earlier, is when VGR have the map control and EHOME only can take 5-man fights, you know, pushing out the waves for them is significantly harder. And there's also a lot of catch coming out from VGR as well now. Just the Tinker having such a high level Dagon, you know, he can just burst some heroes that go to lane if they're not prepared. And we're also looking at potentially, him getting rid of Ether Lens and going into Hex at some point, which makes it even more scary. So, EHOME now, Roshan obviously going to be on the table for them. They really need to get that cheese going. They need the Aegis.
Yeah.
Without it, I think it's going to be too hard to regain the map control that they had once.
Absolutely no doubt about that. Top lane, Mikasa again. I mean, as you said, you mentioned earlier how Mikasa's just have done so much. It's really incredible to think that this guy, 30 years old, as the coach.
Yeah. I think as a kid too. I could be wrong about that. But...
He's probably got 5 of how well he's playing and how much the ladies are going to be drawn in by his play. Brilliant stuff by Mikasa.
Yeah, that's just always impressive to me. If you have enough dedication, doesn't matter, how old you are or whatever, you can still make it happen.
Absolutely. Great news for Fear and Loader.
Yeah, I mean, I think even Lanham is like in his late 20s. Because that's why it's called Old Lanham,
That's true. I mean, there's enough chicken to everyone. This is...
Yeah, but Old Chicken's not actually old.
Oh.
I think his name is just like directly translated into like, what Winter call it? Expired chicken or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just winter things, I guess.
Oh, here we have it again. VGR pulling up. Ooh, okay. They want to do this. They're going for Roshan. Okay, Mikasa. Maybe the distraction here. BKBs are out. They're committing it all, wall and everything to take down the Tinker. Roshan is falling. But they can't finish it.
Oh, the Tinker. Oh, God. This is risky.
Oh, okay. In with the Supernova into the middle of the fight from the cross. Tinker's going to go for the buyback, yeah. Going to look for the position to get the thrown off. He doesn't even need it. They'll look towards Old Man, and that's going to be the first down. So they find the Kunkka kill, the Hex onto Old Chicken, but Ice with the BKB, the Shapeshift, who's going to turn towards end, who's trying to finish off the Clicks. Man versus the Dog Dog's going to win, looks towards F1, flies out, the Chrono from Yang, catching out Ice, the finger, the laser, Ice down, Old 11 as well, triple kill for Yang. He's done it with the Chrono. Roshan's up and available, the only buyback that's available for the side of EHOME is Old Chickens. They're going to get Roche, they're going to get the Aegis, they're going to get the cheese. But in fact, Ping's coming out. VGR, they know that this is their time to shine. This could be the only they need to cement their position at TI. Old Chicken playing with Mikasa. Mikasa says, what are you going to do about this TP? Old Chicken says, I've got to use. Have you not noticed for the last 30 minutes, son? Mikasa says, I've got rearm. What do you have? He doesn't have nothing. Where's your refresher now, DP? It's not there. No second duel. VGR finish off the pit. Aegis to DDC. Who needs cheese? These guys. Aegis. Okay, FY will take it. Don't give first cheese at home, kids. It's not up for theirs.
Oh man, this is. I'll be honest. I think they actually could have just thrown if they just pushed right away. But you know what? They're going for the safe bet. They get the Aegis. They get the cheese. I'm probably not sure if the rest of EHOME had buyback or not. And Old Chicken does have the Exorcism available, but you can definitely tell they're on the back foot here. They have no map control whatsoever. Base is more or less fully exposed. Only a tier 3 bottom lane remains. And all VGR have to do is just win one more engagement, and they will secure themselves a guaranteed spot at TI.
Everything on the line at this point. 52 minutes in. It's one good team fight as well from EHOME. They can still power down a lane. They can really recover a lot of the momentum that they've lost, but VGR, they're just not giving them a chance to do so. Oh, and says, I'll trade you Dragon Lance for the cheese. It's a successful trade. No scams here. Top lane, yeah. Oh, the He's got science, he's got lasers. Darkseer, he's just got 6 feet of dirt above him now.
I don't think they can defend without the DS. They don't have all, there's no Hex, no Greaves. How do they stop this push?
Oh, VGR, they're ready for the final put in. EHOME got a hope for something immediately on the sideline, the jump in, they've got Ice down, he gets the BKB and Shapeshift off, he has to run. He's back, but that Shapeshift and BKB down on the Lycan as well. And back in onto tier 3, DDC jumps in, Supernova's working a Hex, someone's Old Chicken Femra with the same false promising it out, they're trying to get Old Chicken out, they're going to play it to down, the finger, the burst, it's going to be too much for Old Chicken, BKB is done with the pop, it's too much for EHOME. Yeah, GG, VG.Reborn have done it here in the Chinese regional qualifiers. They've managed to find their spot at TI6. EHOME will still be going, but straight to the wildcards. And VG.Reborn, a lot of people saw them as the underdogs coming this final. But they've done it, Andy. And they really have done. And Mikasa, the coach, he's got to be so proud of himself and the boys here.
It was an
incredible run.
Unbelievable performance. And you know what? The most important thing, they got the monkey off their back. They won without Joe Ranger against EHOME. And I think that, you know, more than anything else, the team grew so much during the qualifiers. Like, the way they're playing now, I would have said in the beginning, watching the